You to yet another interesting edition of your news program tagged The World This Week. And on today's edition, as always, we shall be serving you the latest local, national and international news. On the second segment, foreign news recap, sports roundup, entertainment news, and the big one, Saturday special. We climax our package for the day. And on Saturday special, we will be visiting Olumo Rock to examine the breathtaking transformation in the famous tourist center. I am Opeyemi Adewumi, and I'll be right back after this break. Every movement is a fresh beginning. Not to forget that you can watch us live on Facebook at Ogtv and Ogun State Television, on YouTube at Ogtv Abeokuta, and on Ogtv website www.ogtv.com.ng/live. And for the latest news and reports, you can check us on this platform. X at Ogun TV, on Instagram at Ogun State Television, or download Ogtv app on Apple Store and Google Play Store. We now go into the details. President Bola Tinubu has called on the West African nations to end the practice of exporting raw materials without processing them locally, a trend he described as the pit to port dependency, urging instead for investment in regional value chains, manufacturing and innovation. Speaking on Saturday at the inaugural West African Economic Summit held at the Bola Ahmed Tinubu International Conference Center, Abuja, the Nigerian leader stressed the urgency for collective economic transformation across the region. The summit, an initiative of President Tinubu in his capacity as chairman of the ECOWAS Authority of Heads of State and Government, precedes the 67th Ordinary Summit of ECOWAS, scheduled to be held on Sunday at the State House Conference Center, Abuja. The WAES aims to deepen regional economic integration and enhance trade and investment cooperation across the sub-region. In his keynote address, President Tinubu warned that inter-regional trade within West Africa remains under 10%, which he attributed not to a lack of political will, but to poor coordination. The ECOWAS chairman further highlighted the region's youthful population as its greatest asset, while cautioning that it would become a liability if not supported through investment in education, digital infrastructure, and enterprises. The ECOWAS chairman further highlighted the region's youthful population as its greatest asset, while cautioning that it would become a liability if not supported through investment in education, digital infrastructure, and enterprises. Vice President Kashim Shettima has condemned the suicide bombing attack that led to death of a local food joint in Konduga local government area of Borno State on Friday night. In a statement on Saturday, Shettima described the incident as a heinous act of terrorism against innocent civilians. He urged relevant agencies to expedite investigation into the incident and ensure that victims and families of the deceased receive urgent support. Shettima, who commiserates with the families of the victims and the people of Borno, expressed the federal government's commitment to bringing the perpetrators to justice. He assured that the federal government would not relent in its efforts to ensure that those responsible for the despicable acts face the full weight of the law. Away from that, the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Olufemi Oluide, says the Nigerian Army will bring justice to the perpetrators of the recent killings in Benue, Plateau, and other parts of the country. Oluide made this known on Saturday in Akure during the second quarter 2025 media chat organized by the Department of Civil Military Affairs, Nigerian Army Headquarters. The media chat was themed "Military Media Collaborating Panacea for Enhanced National Security and Development." The Chief of Army Staff, represented by Major General Obinna Onubogu, General Officer Commanding GOC 2 Division, Nigerian Army Ibadan, said the military was fully committed to ending the spate of violence, particularly in north-central Nigeria. Oluidewu said that the president had given very clear orders, explained that this would remain engaged in Plateau, Kaduna, Kwara, and quite a number of states that were experiencing insecurity. Meanwhile, the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Olufemi Oluide, has also attributed the wave of violent killings in Benue to foreign mercenaries, suggesting the attackers are not Nigerians. Oluide stated this on Saturday while declaring open the Nigerian Army Civil-Military Cooperation quarterly media chat holding in Akure, the Ondo State capital. The theme of the ongoing event is military media collaboration, panacea for enhanced national security and development. Represented by the General Officer Commanding GOC of the 2nd Division Nigerian Army, Ibadan Major Onugbogu Oluide said the attackers differ significantly in a behavior that is unspeakable. He emphasized that the activities of the armed groups who have carried out bloodletting and rendered several families homeless do not reflect the country's national identity and value system. While condemning the attack, Oluide said that the military was committed to ending the spate of violence in the nation's territorial integrity from both external and internal aggressors. According to him, the military was already strategizing with the move to smoke out the attackers from their hidden places and make them face the consequences of their actions. The Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Emmanuel Ogala, has charged personnel of the Nigerian Navy to remain professional in their discharge of their duties and remain committed to the nation's democracy. Ogala, represented by the Managing Director Julius Nwago, gave the charge at the 2025 second quarter route march on Saturday in Abuja. He said the route march was forced to prepare personnel to be mentally and physically fit. According to him, it is aimed at developing personnel physical and mental alertness to meet the dynamics of contemporary security operations, as well as fostering esprit de corps and providing an avenue for relaxation. Ogala pledged his commitment to continue to support the personnel by providing all the required need to function optimally in the area of their responsibilities. Flight Lieutenant Kafayat Sani, Nigerian first female fighter pilot, has made history at the prestigious Ghana Ham. Sani emerged as the best closed in a statement by the Director of Public Relations and Information of the Nigerian Air Force, Air Commodore Ehime Jodame, on Saturday in abridgation ceremony attended by the 3rd military officials and dignitaries from across Africa. It said that Sani's impressive record first made headlines in 2019 when she was decorated as the Nigerian Air Force first female fighter pilot after completing her pilot training in the U.S. And away from that story, the federal government has intensified efforts to tackle malnutrition nationwide with the formal inauguration of the Strategic Board of the Nutrition 774 initiative by Vice President Kashim Shettima, who described the body as a national war room against the country's nutrition crisis. Speaking at the Presidential Villa Abuja, the Vice President said the initiative marks a decisive step by the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to confront what he termed a quiet emergency threatening the lives and development potential of millions of Nigerians. According to a statement by Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Communication, Office of the Vice President, Stanley Nwocha, Shettima declared this strategy board is not a ceremonial committee. It is a war room assembled to win the battle against malnutrition in every corner of the country. He urged board members to see their appointment as a race against time to safeguard the nation's future. The Nutrition 774 initiative aims to reflect its nationwide scope across all 774 local government areas as part of the renewed HOPE agenda and is designed to harmonize scattered nutrition efforts, eliminate duplication, and provide a unified framework to deliver measurable results. National stability The vice president warned that a malnourished population is an ecological needs, could exacerbate insecurity and stagnate development. And back home in Ogun State, the Ogun State government has called on businesses to be more deliberate